and welcome to Star Lighthouse. I'm Prashant, and this is your weekly reading for Sun, Moon, Venus rising in Pisces. This is a general reading, so I suggest you take whatever message resonates with you and leave everything else behind. If the reading does connect with you, there is an extended to it. The link for that extension is below in the description box. I hope you like the reading, and if you do, please do like, subscribe and share. That would be very helpful. Thank you for that. So Pisces, how are you doing in the second week of November? Hopefully the first week was exciting for you. Take a deep breath and think about the thought that brought you to this reading. The question that's bothering you. Whatever is bothering you right now. Take a deep breath on it. Think about it like with full focus, full energy. Maybe this reading has an answer for you. Let's see what's going on for you in the second week of November. 8 of Swords. Removing blindfolds. Being blocked by. Ace of Chalices. Past situations. King of Coins. Mind's ambition. Page of Swords. Heart's desire, fortitude, strength, belief in self, future situations, Emperor. Suggested advice or action, 8 of Chalices. Context for this advice or action, High Priestess. Hopes and fears, 9 of Wands, and potential outcome, 4 of Swords. Alright, so it seems like there is a shift going on. Shift in how you used to approach work. Previously, you were in this like institutionalized system, like King of Coins energy, where someone else telling you, like you were in part of someone else's ecosystem. And by that I mean like whoever you believed in, whoever basically was for you the person to look up to for all important decisions in your life, work, financial, career and money related. And you were part of their ecosystem. So it could be some company, it could be like a large family group, or it could be like a lot of peers coming together. And that there's a realization coming about how that was being part of that group, being part of that ecosystem, was putting this illusionary boundary around you, illusionary boundary about your own success and how deserving you are about it. How much your ability to connect your mind and heart, the sun and the moon, that special ability of yours, how important that is and how cherished that is like outside. In fact, even in your work, there might be scenarios where your ability to express your heart like creatively through your mind came into application through graphics, art, media, otherwise like it feels like it's for some sort of creative anime art, like someone who's in graphics. Previously, your ability to express with emotions was appreciated. It's not like it wasn't appreciated, but there was this illusionary belief created around you as to how much success you deserve, or even like as simple as like evaluation of your job salary. That might also you in this like illusionary boundary which is forcing you to stay within your means and not trying to go outside. Look on the other side, like look over the edge and see what's on the other side, because you're stuck in this mindset that this is how much salary, or this is how much job, or this is the overall evaluation of your work. And rather than becoming your own self, where you can truly authentically express yourself, where you are your own emperor, someone who knows, truly understands their own abilities, can patiently wait for all the opportunities to pass by to find the perfect opportunity that fits to them, gives them abundant success, and then they can again go back in retreat and follow the same process. Someone who completely understands the true value of their work, the timing, the duration, like the mood that creates that work, and then harness that time period to create the abundance, and then relax and retrieve the other time. Because in this Nine of Wands, it's pointing towards your like fatigueness. See how you have reached some abundance with your current ecosystem. You have reached that abundance, but you are fatigued. You're fatigued with the amount of effort you have spent, the amount of emotional sacrifices, staying away from the family, or like especially in this year 2020 where people were socially distant. All that fatigueness about it, that's making you realize that you probably are spending more effort than you truly want to. And in fact, you truly have to. If you go to this Emperor self, then the abundance will flow in the exact moment when you shine, and you would know how to shine. But that's like a long transition process. But the idea is that you are understanding that previously you were part of someone else's ecosystem, and you're realizing to release these blindfolds, these illusionary blocks, beliefs around you, and transition to the other side. Page of Swords. Your mind's ambition is to seek your own truth, seek your own understanding, and understanding about your own abilities, about the value of your work, about truly understanding, like becoming self-aware about what your dreams are, what your desires are, what your abilities are, how they can honestly be evaluated in a fair open market. And now can we map all of them, like our dreams, our abilities, and this reality together. Page of Swords is like finding that awareness, finding that truth, finding that definitions inside. Once you start identifying those definitions, that would start creating the initial form of this emperor that you would look like in the future. So you're defining those definitions right now of your future emperor self. The definitions would only come in when you release all these blindfolds, illusionary boundaries, realize your angelic power, realize you can just simply fly off those boundaries like on top. The strength, the wisdom you're seeking is all inside. There is a need to believe in, so this is a major block, that's where there's a need to completely allow your mind and heart to be connected. Your heart would tell you the feelings and the instincts and the intuitions. They would make you realize about, like, so if you are in a creative process, which creative intuition of yours is truly authentic from you, which intuition is fear-based, or it's probably an idea drawn from someone else. All those answers, all that real honesty sits inside. And when you connect that mind and heart, they can collectively identify that. That high priestess would help you find this honest answer inside you to how to connect and how to define your empress self. That empress self will take you over these past pains, past deceptions in terms of being stuck in other people's ecosystem. Feeling of guilt, feeling of like a comparative feeling of not being able to meet your success that you defined for certain age limit and not having to be reached there. You're also recovering from the tedious fatigueness that you went through of this year, and even in the past about like getting to the stage, having had made those sacrifices, the emotional sacrifices to stay away from family, to stay in a job or in a situation which could have had given you success, but you haven't met that success yet. And now there's an understanding seeping in into your mind, telling you that you are essentially part of their ecosystem. And there might be an offset between what you're dreaming in terms of success and what the overall success can be defined in their ecosystem. So for you to meet your dream state, you have to take a leap of faith outside the system, define how you would look like when you would meet the success, your empress self, and then start taking step towards it. Now once you have defined how you would look like once you become an emperor, you can slowly and steadily start taking the right actions to reach to that situation. And those steps would automatically find you when you have your mind and heart connected. And that connected mind and heart would bring in the emotional stability to be further more expressive about your own desires. And those desires, like letting your mind itself being aware about your own desires, that's by itself would make you take the right steps towards your emotional contentment and happiness. It's important that you understand the sacrifices you have made and you understand the emotional and the psychological impact those sacrifices have had on you. And then comparing it to if, not like in a scenario that if this would have happened, what will that happen? But like if you would have chosen in the past itself to choose an alternate way of approaching, you might not have had faced this fatigueness. That understanding the cost of this sacrifice, understanding the cost of this fatigueness, that would allow you to release these blindfolds and understand that you are part of someone else's ecosystem. Someone else is the king of coin over there, and you're part of their ecosystem. So why are you seeking your own truth? Why are you seeking your own understanding? Why are you trying to connect your mind and heart? Something that's blocking all this is self-trust. Something that's blocking all this is completely believing in your own abilities, or completely believing that you can make it on own self. Like you might believe in your creative abilities, that's where you probably would be in a creative profession, even in this moment. But not being able to go out on yourself, or being able to take actions just for yourself, being able to express yourself completely, not getting like criticized or judged by someone else's opinion, all that can be released once you start trusting yourself. And when you start trusting yourself, you start finding opportunities even in the current profession, job, or outside, that would support ways to meet your dreams. That would support you meeting all the abundance without the fatigueness of it. That would support you reaching your emperor's self. So while you're transitioning through this, while you're understanding, even if you're not going through a complete transition, while you're understanding that how being part of someone else's ecosystem keeps you keeps defining your success based on their metrics or their constraints. And it may also not be that that's their selfish desire, rather it's like how their system is created, and within that creation is their constraints. So whatever your dream is, and whatever that is making you feel so discontent in the moment, feel so hurt that you want to get past that, or feel fatigued and realizing the sacrifices made, and also realizing you're not meeting that success. So you need to identify which dream and the prioritization of them, and then understanding what steps can be taken towards those. Regarding sacrifices made, maybe you can take steps in terms of getting a job closer towards your family. Regarding, or I mean, right now it could be more about video conferencing in this year. Regarding not meeting like that creative aspiration, or like that creative drive being met in your current role. So find open source project that you can complete, and or like contract projects that on the side you can complete, and find that like satisfaction of creative desires being met. And also that could even provide you more like supporting wealth. And if altogether you start feeling that your previous profession no longer supports the dreams that you actually want to meet, you start completely believing in your dreams, that's what's blocking it right now. That's where it's like, okay, then find the understanding of your dream, identify how you would look like in that dream. You look like an emperor, then understand what that emperor means, the characteristics of it, how you would be when you reach that position. Who would you look like? Who would yourself look like? Define that. And once you define the characteristics of it, once you define what you would look like, once you define the dreams and its parameters, then taking steps towards it, finding step by step, it becomes like a second, because now you know this is your goal. And then you will start realizing what your current abilities are, and so which current opportunities are available to you, and then how you can proceed on them to find futuristic opportunities to get you to this place. But for that, an understanding of very well thought out characteristics, feelings, and situations of how this would look like when you reach the situation. Understanding of it would help you to get there. The other thing about High Priestess, so if finding more trust and finding more self-belief and connecting mind and heart, so a suggestion would be to take a meditation practice for the 4th chakra and the 6th chakra. If you don't have a meditation practice, then take up like 7th chakra meditation practice on YouTube, find different channels, try different frequency ranges, find the one which connects to you, And find like quiet, peaceful places where you can connect to your own and listen to your own self, mind and heart. Find quiet, peaceful places, and then when any thought or feeling arises, don't judge it. Try to write it down if you can. If you want to process it in your mind, just let it process it. If there's like something like a feeling of guilt, what if like you're releasing this old and that might create some relationship issues or something like that? Process the understanding about staying in this situation, the previous ecosystem. Would that still meet your emotional needs and your dream, like the dreams you're hoping? And if that doesn't meet it, then staying in the old is in a way of torturing yourself there, like because you're forcing yourself to not meet your expectation. And that's where then you need to connect to your mind and heart completely to find this understanding of what your emperor looks like, to find this understanding on how, like, the characteristics of this emperor. And then you would start seeing steps, like comparing your abilities to the current situation and then start finding steps to get there. And if you choose to move, your hope to leave behind this overexertive past and the pain of not meeting your expectations, that can be released. Because then you would find that your own, finding your own empress self inside you, because you're understanding this is what you truly are and your uniqueness is truly appreciated. So find a trust inside you, find the self-belief inside you, the self-love inside you. And once you find it, you will be able to release this block, this blindfold that's blocking you to become an emperor. So Pisces, to conclude this general reading for you, you're realizing that previously you were part of someone else's ecosystem, or even if you still are in that role, in that profession, that job, and you're realizing that your success, your growth, your creative power is limited in that particular role. You're not truly able to express yourself or even harness your abilities to create the success that you want. This time and again not being able to meet your dreams and expectations has created this illusionary boundary around you that has told you that success is this much, and that success in a way is constrained by the current ecosystem you are in. To release that constraint, to release that boundary, to finally meet the potential that you truly are, you have to start believing in yourself. Start trusting your abilities. Start trusting your true self. Start finding this emperor inside you. It's sitting inside you. Do meditations, especially 4th chakra and 6th chakra. Connect your mind and heart. Listen and find this empress sitting inside. It would tell you the characteristics, tell you the definition of your future self and who you should be. Once you find that person, finding the next steps, the abilities, the opportunities, the step-by-step scenarios would start coming to you. You start finding ways to get here. It might take days, it might take months, it might take years, but those things would start flowing in. But for them to flow in, you have to define them so that you can perceive them. Once you define all this fatigueness of the old, not being able to meet the expectation, all of that will go away. So Pisces, I hope this reading connected with you. If it did, there is an extended to it. In the extended, I would look more at your current overall energy, how you're feeling in the moment. Messages from Spirit and Oracle about how should we stay in the old or should we move to this new Emperor self? And then timing behind if we move to this new Emperor self, when the next opportunity would start arriving. All of that I would look in the extended. If you would like to join me there, the link for that is below in the description box. I hope you liked the reading, and if you did, please do like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for joining me here, and have an amazing week. Bye.